Good afternoon. Welcome back to Rockford, Illinois.
Welcome back. We are here, the last game of the day. Looks like we have the KC Revolution out of Kansas City versus the Seattle Slam.
Yep, we haven't seen these two teams play each other. They did play, however, in Kansas City in the semifinal.
They did. Were you there for that game?
I was not. I was in
either.
Columbia during that, doing commentary.
You world traveler, you.
I'm a working man.
Somebody's got to pay your bills. And it wasn't rugby. That's why you're here commentating with me.
It wasn't commentating either.
Oh.
Trust me. If I had to live on the quote-unquote paycheck from this, my children would be starving. So Kansas City scores first.
It's a good first run. Like we said before, controlling that ball possession and really getting that first score of the game and the first score of the quarter and the last score of the quarter is really important.
There's 8 points there to be had, so
that's a
if you
huge
trade them, it's an even match, and if you get them all, that's a significant difference. 8 points, right? So we haven't seen Seattle yet today. Oh, and on top of the ball goes Nos. And hit there.
That is Michael Likens. What a great play. Sometimes you want to go for that chair position over the ball. Seattle Slam gets the recovery.
Well, if you can get chair position before the ball, that's the way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Is that Shane Kreider out there?
Is that number 1?
Yeah.
Yep, that's Shane Kreider.
Haven't seen him in a while. He's kind of bopped around the league a little bit.
Oh, yeah. We also got number 4, Brian Moore. It's funny that rhymes.
And
Jeremy
Hannaford rounds things out. Everybody knows Jeremy.
Have you seen his welding?
Absolutely. I love to watch his Instagram and his TikTok and his Facebook posts about all the stuff he welds for people.
He is fantastic. He just made a pink flamingo piece the other day that is just wonderful.
I think he did trophies too in the past for the tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Lots of tournaments.
I have not been fortunate enough to win one of his trophies,
Not
but I may just pay him one day to pretend that I did.
So Reese Davis, number 15 in the corner there.
Shot, and Jeremy with that. Oh. Sorry, try.
Nice catch.
The key in those situations is really just staying patient and waiting for things to develop, not rushing yourself.
Trying to get out. Davis up front.
Ball's up. Likens again, and it's
stolen by Kreider.
Jeremy is up there with it. He's waiting for his help.
Hannaford taking his time, and I believe he got fouled there. That'd be Tony to the box. Tony, a player coach.
He should have known not to reach then.
Played with Tony in Costa Rica not too long ago. We beat the Argentina national team.
Ooh.
That was fun. We were trying to expose them to sport, teach them some stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, more of the players they had didn't class in.
And that's going to be a classic violation. He went over the line over there, and it's going to be a turnover for KC Ball. What a shame. Early on, this can really lead to selling that motivation. Yeah. See if they can pick it back up.
Pronounce Bill's last name for me, will ya?
Litton.
Is it Litton? Okay. I didn't want to get it wrong.
Wild Bill with the inbound.
Yeah, he played. Did he play for Oscar Mike?
He did play with me for Oscar Mike for a little bit. He's a lot of fun to be on the court with. He's just always a positive role model, and I've never met somebody that can yell at you without yelling at you before, but Bill's got it down.
When I yell at you, you know you're being yelled at.
Dave, I dare you to yell.
Give me a reason. Kreider gets around the corner here. funny. Like Likens, I haven't seen him play in a long time.
People really took the pandemic and took the time to work out, get strong, work on
He
their
had a
skills.
time where he wanted to play, I think, with Portland or
Yeah.
something.
Nas, 10 seconds, no dribble.
Really?
That's a call we hate to see. It's one of those things you can easily kind of
Yeah, especially
count out in your head.
from a guy who's been playing a while.
Yeah. Hopefully the one reminder's all he needs and we'll get back to golden games.
Likens gets it up.
And he is over the line for the easy try.
Brian Moore. Inbound to Durham. From Davis.
Oh,
Gets
and that
around
is a
Linton.
tire popping.
And he was counting on Nos to go to the goal. He didn't. And so that pass from Durham goes no place fast.
And this is what Wild Bill over here is really good at. He knows where to put that sticky picker of his to pop the tires. And he will knock out some of their most strategic, hard-hitting players.
Well, that can be good and it can be bad.
Yeah.
You can slow down the game, give people opportunities, and break up a momentum. So it looks like KC, for some reason, didn't start Teague, but Talon Teague is back out there now, as is Hudspeth. What if they had something going on that they couldn't run this line, or they thought they would do it a little bit lighter because they thought they were going to beat Seattle handily, but clearly that wasn't the case since they're down 4-1. Kreider
There
drops
it is,
it.
Talon. And he gapped him.
So Teague makes it 4-2. Seattle's still on top. I'd have liked to play Seattle. I wish we could have been here. But like I said, Philly did us in, and we didn't beat Shepherd. So we went 4-2 on the weekend, didn't qualify.
We're getting close to the
Funny thing is, I could have been 3-3 and made it. But at 4-2, I didn't win one of the two games I had to. But we put up a good fight. I'm proud of how our team did this year. This little practices we had.
You know,
Like
sometimes that's a lot of the problem is just being able to get together with everybody's schedules because, you know, we don't get paid to play this. We don't get paid to play this sport for the most part.
And you
It's
know,
a
like everybody
hobby.
on my team gets paid to do some other job,
Yeah.
you know. Plus, you know, everybody's got other things going on. You're racing, and
Yeah.
I was commissioner for 8 years, commentating. There's always something. I got a 7-year-old at home. It's hard to justify all that time. My son's always asking me, why do you have to go to rugby? Like, well, I try to explain it to you, but you won't get it. I have tried to explain it to you. Sorry, it's part of me. Kansas City brings it within 1. Likens looking at inbound.
He's got it up to
That's
Moore.
Brian Moore pushing. And Kreider
And it's over
takes
to
it
Kreider.
across.
They're really working well with their communication and keeping the court spread so that they can get some movement on the ball. It's hard to play a team like KC with a lot of speed, and a lot of agility.
Yep.
Spreading the court is definitely key.
So Teague again. Makes it 5-4. Seattle still with a 1-try lead. Well, it was 3 when we had the substitutions. 3:31 left in the first. Hudspeth trying to get the handle on it, can't. But that was a Seattle inbound. If it had 2 more seconds, Hannaford had had it. Hall gets it in to Teague. And he and Durham talked about what they're going to do here. He can't get through. Durham's got the far corner if he wants it. He calls for it, but Teague misses him with the pass. And we have Mendenhall in for the key, 10 seconds. Turnover, Seattle ball.
As a reminder, one of those things you can't do on the court if you are the offensive team at the moment. You cannot be on the court or in the key for more than 10 seconds at a time.
You can't swear at the referee.
You can't?
No, trust me. Trust me.
Oh.
Even if you're not swearing at the referee, you can't swear near the referee.
You cannot. You cannot. You got to give the guy a meter coming on the court if he is the inbounder.
Yes, he does. Once that guy starts working down the baseline, the meter goes away.
Oh, yes, sir, it does.
Kreider trying to get around the corner, has got Teague in his way. Over the top to Likens, and he gets a try. 2:46 left. (6-4). Ball's up to Durham. Now Tony Durham will put KC back within one. 2:37 left in the first here.
Brad was doing a really great job over here keeping Jeremy Steele doored. That way he couldn't get out and he had to call the inbounder.
Yep. Well, it's, the thing is, it's making it 3-on-3, and in my mind, that's advantage offense.
All day, every day.
Because the keys, frankly. Stopping a low pointer with a low pointer, at the line, doesn't seem to really help a whole lot, to me. Not in my mind. If I can stop a high pointer or a deuce that's a ball handler and a threat, that's a trade I'll make. Teague drops it, but able to pick it back up. And Hudspeth calls timeout as he catches it.
Smart call.
The nice thing is they got that pass up, so now they're inbounding from here instead of way down at the bottom. So
that is
it's a good timeout, and it's a good location. So not bad. 7-5. Seattle on top right now. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first. Durham trying to calm his guys down. Seattle just trying to hang on here. Take this lead in, win that first quarter. Give them some momentum going into the second. And now we have equipment. Inadvertent whistle.
Kind of looks like Tony is looking down dreaming for a split second.
Teague. Look at this one.
Oh, kid's got moves.
He got around the top and threw his hips just to make sure he didn't get touched. And was able to palm that ball over the top to Hannaford, blocked. And Teague
goes over.
Jeremy Hannaford didn't even really have to push into that one. Teague kind of went right into his picker and lost a tire and ended up on the floor.
He's light. It's easy to flip him over.
He had a lot of momentum. He was leaning forward when he took the hit. So we'll fix his chair. Make sure he's settled in there. So it is Seattle ball. Went off a Kansas City player. And they are across half. Only 20 seconds left, though, on the shot clock.
Score is 6-7. They came back from that 3-point deficit. 1:38 on the clock.
Well, they've really only gained one, because if Seattle scores, they'll make it 2 again. Or not enough speed to make something happen there. Gets it over to Kreider. And as the 42nd expires, did someone call timeout?
He tried. He tried. Couldn't get it up. Oh, he did.
So he does get the timeout.
Yes, it looks
Seattle,
like he got it right in the nick of time.
Very happy to do that. Yes. Performed well.
His coach will be very satisfied.
Yes, he will. So back they come. Kansas City attacks right away.
They're not giving him any grief today. They're just getting right out there. Because here in the States, we can have a little bit of contact before the whistle.
We can have a lot of contact.
We can
before
have
the whistle.
all the contact before the whistle.
You can contact them all you want. So Likens, Kreider over the top, and he's got Hannaford in the middle. And Hannaford loops around and dives in. So Seattle puts it back at 2-point lead, 8-6. Just a minute 8 left in the first. Teague trying to get out. Hannaford and Kreider got him.
He sees Durham.
Durham's got Likens in front, but gets it up to Hudspeth, who left a nice wide open lane to pass. Created some space. So 57 seconds. Need to think about clock management here. Kreider trying to get around Teague, can't. He's thinking about throwing. Gets over the top. Why can't I remember your name? Moore. I guess I just need to say it more. Teague has a pick, gets out. 36 seconds, 30 on the shot clock. Yeah, about a 6-second differential. So they can work it down to 1 and only have 6 seconds left for Seattle. Or they can call timeout in about 5 or 6 seconds and ensure that they get the last possession. So Talon Teague there stuck a little bit, gets it through, but 13 seconds is a lot of time.
Yes, it is.
Although Seattle not the fastest team out here. Kreider trying to push out. Durham on him, throws it up over Likens' head. Hannaford has it with 5 seconds left, pushes toward the try line, and he scores it. 1.9 left. Great play by Seattle. Over the top, Durham picks it up, chucks it toward the goal. And he almost had that. If he could have settled it and gotten across the line, that would have been a heck of a play.
That would have been epic. We
So,
go into the second quarter.
Seattle will get the ball back here in 2 minutes, and we'll start up with the second. Come on back. Welcome back. Here we are in Rockford, Illinois. Where are we? What are we doing here?
We're here at the UW Sportsplex. We are here watching the 2022 Wheelchair Rugby National Championships. This is the 5th game of the day here on Court 8. Score is 8-11. Who's up right now, Dave?
Seattle.
Seattle is up. Seattle is up. We are going to the second period with 7:30-ish on the clock.
Durham gets it across half after the pass.
That 2 minutes of rest really did them good.
Well, we'll see. Noss is back in. Hudspeth, he'll catch this pass and take it across, making it 11-9. Seattle. Seattle the lower seed here. This is the last game of the day. Ball's over the top to Hannaford. He gets hit, but he caught it. And you just protect the ball. Kreider takes it around the corner. So Seattle's been waiting to do that.
Yes.
They've been watching for it.
Yes, they have.
They had a couple opportunities, and they just didn't connect. Durham returning the favor. Gets Noss across the line. 12-10.
And it's up in the middle.
Moore taps it, but Durham intercepts. Durham trapped, but ball's across half. Noss trying to find somebody. Knocked down. That was Likens. Likens gets it at the line. Kreider and him both trying to pick it up. Likens has it. So what would have been a Kansas City turnover now turns back into Seattle ball. And Hudspeth picks his pocket, but he never got possession. Shot clock down to 26. Likens getting swiped at from all directions.
They're just a handsy group out there today.
Gets in a dribble. And knocked down by Durham. Noss picks it up and he will be off. And so after all that, Kansas City still ends up
with the point,
getting something out of that original turnover.
11-12, 6:08 on the clock.
This is a Division II game. Our last game was Division I. So those teams you saw earlier won't compete against these teams. So Kansas City is the 4 seed and Seattle's the 7 seed.
All right.
So Seattle being on top, that's a good thing for them, right? They're certainly outperforming expectations.
They
Now
definitely
Kansas City started with a different line than I've seen today.
Switching things up, seeing if it'll work.
Maybe, or maybe they had some kind of issue that they couldn't start the line they wanted. But it was a 3-point game, and then it was a 2-point game, and that turnover made it a 1-point game, but with the ball advantage, so it could be 2. And another turnover. Kansas City making a run here. Seattle needs to stop the hemorrhaging if they can.
You have any quick lot on you?
No.
Time. That's how we could offer it.
I might have some new skin, though.
It's always a good one.
It's always good to have as a rugby player, for sure.
What are some of your favorite injuries you've seen out on the rugby court?
Let's see, I saw a guy's finger, the end of his finger explode when he got hit from chair to chair reaching down for a ball.
That's a good one.
Yeah, super fun. Kreider trying to hang on to the handle.
And they get the jump. That's
Wow.
going to benefit Seattle.
12-12, and yeah, that's going to turn the ball over. Kansas City will pick it up. So Kansas City with a chance to get their first lead of the match. 5:21 left in the second.
Seattle's without there
Noss
sitting in
gets it
space.
to Durham. Durham unable to get out, has to pass it across through traffic, threads the needle. That was a Patrick Mahomes level pass right there,
That was beautiful.
right between 2 defenders to his own receiver. And Noss knocks it out of Kreider's lap, but all that's going to do is give Seattle a new 12-second clock. It looks like Mendenhall has an issue with his equipment.
He's signaling for the wheel.
Looks like Moore also has an issue with equipment, although it doesn't appear to be a wheel. He's coming out to get a sleeve or something.
May as well fix it while they're getting the other equipment figured out.
Yeah. Otherwise, we got to sit here for another minute. I'm just kidding.
No, thank you.
It's a good game so far. 13-12.
Yeah.
Kansas City taking over.
Definitely enjoying that it is a close match. You know, blowouts are cool, but it is definitely a lot more fun to watch an evenly matched team go against.
It's more fun to ref.
Oh, yeah.
It's more fun to call. It's more fun to play for both teams. Win or lose.
And he is just
Ryder
working
fights
for
his way, ties it back up. 13-13, 4:55 left in the second. Quite a few spectators over there.
As the noises get louder, the crowd is going to build because this will be exciting.
Yeah, if this game stays tight into the fourth, I think we're going to see a lot more people coming over from the other gyms. There's 3 games going on it almost all the time. I think there's only 2 times during the entire weekend that there's 2 games instead of 3. And then, of course, the finals are only those games, so everybody can watch. Mendenhall turned away by Hannaford. Noss looking at that corner, looking at it again. Durham keeps pushing him away. Now Durham is set up where he wants to be set up. And Noss tries to fight his way across. Is he out and in? Is he across? Out and in or across? He's in. If you cross with one wheel and then come back on the court, that's called out and in, and you do not get the try. You need to get 2 wheels across.
It's like they're getting a little angry. They're saying that it should have been an in and out.
Well, you know, some of that's about, are your casters touching or are they in the air?
Oh, yeah.
And did you lean back and lift them up after you were partway out?
Looks like Hudspeth is in the penalty box for a meter violation.
Yes, he was too close to the inbounder. You need to give that inbounder a meter. Neither a defender nor an offensive player can be in that meter. So Kansas City will be shorthanded. And Seattle will run on a power play. Moore and Kreider crossing, trying to create some space. And it's Kreider with the ball. It's frustrating to me because looking at this team, I think we could beat Seattle. But then again, Seattle's beaten Kansas City. Kansas City's tough too. You know, I could say that all day, but I didn't earn my way here, so.
Yeah.
Teague getting across the line. Next year we'll play in some more tournaments, I'm sure. I hate years where we only play in 3. We're so far apart, it's almost like we forget how to play. 3:48 left in the first half. Moore up to Likens. Gets the try. 15-14 is our score. Kansas City in the lead.
Been holding this lead decently steady for the last 5-ish minutes now. What do you think they're doing differently in this quarter versus the last quarter?
Well, I don't think that they did anything differently. I think it's just a matter of you had a couple of turnovers that happened in situations in the first quarter that they didn't happen because of a lucky bounce or somebody just being in the right place. And Kreider, instead of going to catch the pass, went in to try and knock Hudspeth into the meter, and he didn't even see the ball going over his shoulder. So Seattle drops in the key, and there's 4 in the key. And we'll see Moore go to the box with the score 16-14, 3:26 left in the second. Kansas City in possession. Key here for Seattle is to make sure they don't get another penalty.
True.
Because if you get 2 guys in the box, one of them stays after that score, and you're shorthanded trying to inbound and earn back that point. So Teague, look into situations, see if there's something we need to do. and scores it.
Moore's back in.
I love Teague's crazy hair.
Yeah. It gets crazier as the day gets on.
Yeah, you know, it gets loose when you're out there pushing.
Oh, yeah. And
it's
he's
long
one of
enough
those guys that can
flies.
sweat, so
Yeah.
it's going to get a little salty. And
Sweaters.
yeah.
Not sure why Likens went around that corner. Moore with it. He should be able to get around Hudspeth because he's got Kreider there with him.
Great patience in that play.
Mendenhall gets it in. Noss looking at the long pass to Hudspeth. Doesn't have it. He has Teague though.
Man, having that open guy out there is dangerous.
Yeah, especially when they're fast. 18-15 our score. Seattle went from 3 up to 3 down. Not all in this quarter.
Oh, he almost gave his own guy an over
Well,
back.
Teague's chair was there. It was blocking his ability to get that. So over the top to Moore. Moore going to protect it. Not quick enough to get around this. Gives it back to Kreider. He's not going to beat Teague either. And it's Seattle ball. Looked like he tried to dribble and it might have hit Teague's chair.
Yeah.
Callan Teague's exciting to watch. I'm really looking forward to his career developing and see if he can make the USA squad. And
How old do you have to be to make the team?
you only have to be on a rostered USWRA team, or USWRA team.
So technically, he could be
I think officially he could do it now. He's been to a tryout. I think it's just about he's not there yet at his classification.
Still got a
right?
few more years of development, learning the rules.
There's a lot of subtleties in the chess match of this game. Wow, how is that not a foul?
That was gnarly.
Hannaford gets on the try sheet one more time. Mendenhall coming at it. I heard something leaking air.
I'm looking on the sidelines. I don't
Noss
see
has
anything.
to call timeout. Can't get the ball out of there.
Are we going to see an equipment call somewhere?
I think it was over on the side where they're blowing stuff up. So 19-16 is our score. 1:45 left in the first half. Kansas City right now in charge, but not ready to count Seattle out. Looks like KC's ready to go. Seattle getting a quick spray, quick drink. And off they go. So it's Seattle ball, I think. Or is it Kansas City ball?
KC ball.
It is KC ball. And they're up by 3.
And they've got the cone right now. I'm sorry, no, Seattle does. It's hard to see over
Trying to
it,
reach
though.
in there on Teague. Teague's got that ball out there where it's easy to see. Hannaford can't stop him. He's really good at that 90-degree turn, even with some speed. It's one of the benefits of having trunk and not having much weight out in front of you. All these dead weight I have in these dead legs slows me down and turns. Cut him off already. 1:12 left in the second quarter. 20-16. And it looks like they're going to bring it back and have a do-over. Some clock didn't start. So Seattle will inbound once again. Kreider double team. That's actually to the advantage of Seattle. Moore follows Likens. Hannaford gets Teague out, but over the top, Kreider now has it. They're across half.
They've they've got time to
A
build
minute
this
10.
up.
23 on the shot. Ryder back up to Moore. Moore needs to score quickly. 1 minute remaining. 20. 17. Mendenhall looking to inbound. Teague. Teague throws it over the top to Hudspeth. Hudspeth is going to get a hit. But he uses his chair well, protects it, protects the ball. He gets the try with 52.9. A quick score means Kansas City gets another possession. Over the top to Hannaford. Hannaford picks it up. He's got Mendenhall and Teague. Ryder needs to go get it from him. Don't want to be thrown over the top of anybody if you don't have to. And now they need to score. 40 seconds. 26 on the shot.
It looks like they had Lycan strapped back at the other baseline still.
Well, and Kreider needs to get out of the key or he's going to get 10 seconds. But yeah, they've been doing that. That's why you don't want a guy like Lycan's inbounding if you can help it, if they're going to steal Durham. And the foul on Teague gives him the penalty try. 24.8 left. Durham gets it. He throws it up to Teague. Teague is going to slow it down because they've got 20 seconds and they want the last goal here. 21-18 to score. 14 seconds left in the first half. Teague loses it on the dribble and fouled by Likens. He tried to dribble. Likens got his arm around the ball, and they're going to call that a foul on Likens. So with 8.8 seconds left, Kansas City's job is much easier, 4-on-3. Seattle doesn't want to commit a foul, so they're going to be less aggressive. And all they got to do is get to that try line. They don't need to worry about the 10 seconds. And that's what Durham will do. So with 2.2 remaining, Hannaford will try an inbound. And we'll go to halftime. 22-18 is our score. Kansas City leads Seattle. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
And we are back. We have another 8 minutes on the third period of the game. 22-18, Casey in the lead. And it's been a good one. Let's see.
Yeah, this has been close. We had a couple of lead changes. Seattle started off on top. Kansas City up top now. 22-18.
There's Likens with that last try. Durham gets the inbound.
Mendenhall to Noss. Back to Mendenhall. He gets across half, but he's at the line.
Ooh.
He
It's
was
going
gonna
to be a
out of bounds
Seattle
anyway.
foul.
That's a big turnover for Seattle. 'Cause
Coming out of the half
not
with
only
that
did
kind
they
of
get
momentum.
right, they got the first try, and then they got the ball back. So as long as they can capitalize on this,
Looks like they still have the cone.
now it's only 2 tries. So this one promising to be interesting.
Let's just hope they keep it together, keep calm, cool, and collected, and get it across that
Likens
try line.
Gets behind Moore. He's got Kreider now going at the try, but he's going to take it home.
Nice and smooth.
So 22-20, almost a minute into the third. And Mendenhall will come back to the line. Into Noss.
Us is going to break free. Durham set that pick.
Didn't get across half, but Mendenhall got the pass. I think that was intended for Durham.
Ball's back to Durham now. They're setting up.
As it should be, right? They want it in the hands of the guy who's going to run the offense, who's going to be able to distribute the ball. Mendenhall shouldn't be carrying the ball in the key, right? Durham can't get in the corner. Kreider shuts him down. Over the top to Noss with a bounce somehow. A bounce pass in the key.
How did he have that much room in the key?
I don't know how somebody didn't knock that down. It was floating.
I'm
And
sure they'll go back on the game.
popped
film
out of the
and,
lap of Kreider. They'll inbound from the corner and get a new 12. 38 seconds on the shot clock. Seattle playing tough. Over the top to Kreider. And he's got nobody in his way.
Free and open lane.
23-21. And into the ladies' room goes the ball.
I guess that I
Don't. We'll just leave it at that. Mendenhall to Durham. Durham pinned up against Hudspeth. And he gets the pass off to Mouse. That's right, you grin. Likens gets his arm in there, figuring he's going to get the try and get the held ball because it's just going to be a penalty try anyway. At least he didn't punch him in the face. So Likens in to Moore. And Moore now up over to Kreider. And the pass intercepted. It was kind of in between 2 Seattle players. And it looked like it might have even been to Durham more than anybody else. I don't think that was his intention, but now it's 25-21. That one hurts. But Seattle's got lots of time. They just can't have that kind of thing go on.
blue ball. In the
6.
corner.
We're 2 minutes now into the third quarter, and there's been quite a few turnovers.
It's been a long day. Both of these teams have played a couple games already.
Yep, this is our
They're
second
pretty
game.
tired.
Everybody plays 2, 2, and 1. So on that final day, everybody only has 1 game. And
That's
if
a
you
good-
play in the D1 or D2 final, you play late in the day.
They're going to call a foul on Durham for that.
He tried to get a jump, and
Yeah.
you know, what has he got to lose?
I think what happened is the chair started going one way and Durham was the other, and it just kind of cross-connected their arms.
Yep.
And
As soon as that player turns away from you, you're going to hit their body with
yes,
your arm.
you are. But that's given Seattle the power play option. So they're going to try and take advantage of that for as long as they can. That's when you would maybe even force the penalty play or the penalty try.
Or better yet, punch another guy out. Try and find a low pointer close to that line and
You
knock
would
him out.
never.
I absolutely would. Noss drops
It's
it.
right off his
Hannaford
hands.
touches it. Now Noss got to get rid of it. Nope, he can take it now.
And that's
there.
a
Noss is
solid
over.
hit on
Oh,
Noss.
he had his head on the hand
Yes,
of
he did.
Moore, but the ref didn't call that as a lean. So he got away with one there.
It's a gnarly hit.
Kreider's stuck in the pile. Durham not letting him out. Moore not quick enough to get over the top of Noss, and they had to use a timeout. 26-24. Kansas City in the lead. 5:25 left in the third. And they're out of floor timeouts. According
That
to
really
the referee.
starts to change the game. You start to make different kind of decisions when you
Yeah.
know that you don't have an out.
And it can be a positive thing. It can force you to try in a time we would normally give up, but in reality, more often than not, it means you just can't rescue yourself when you got no other option, right?
I mean,
You're trying to throw an
imagine
inbound and there's nobody to throw to. If you throw it, you're either going to lose it or you're going to throw it down the court and make them inbound from the far side. But
that's true.
still a turnover.
That's true.
But if you're in a situation where you have to get across half and there's a guy you could throw it to that you wouldn't normally, you're going to try it. It might work out for you.
If you could put any rule into play today, just one rule, what would it be?
It would be that we didn't do the double crossovers.
Okay.
But honestly, the double crossover worked this time because if Philly hadn't made it, but they're capable of beating this 2 seed, but they got seeded wrong, it was right.
Yeah.
It was right. But that's the only time you see the double crossover is in the semifinal.
That's fair.
It doesn't happen at nationals. And we've already seen some upsets in this tournament, D1 and D2.
Yes.
And it's Mendenhall getting a try for KC, 27-23. 3 minutes expired in this third period. Looks like Durham has a little piece of junk on his caster that's bothering him, so he's going to get some help.
He's got a little bit of a bumpy ride over there.
Hannaford trying to get back to the play. Mendenhall stopping him, and every time he starts to get by, Teague comes and messes with him. Hannaford, the faster one, gets the inbound. Oh, he tried to make a quick pass to Kreider, and Teague picks it up. Kreider bounced over his head. Moore. I'm looking at this tournament to see what tournaments I want to go to next year.
Ooh, nice.
I want to play Seattle. I want to play KC.
Yep.
I want to play the teams that are in the middle of D2.
Well, you don't want to play Oscar Mike? Scared?
I know I'm going to play you. You're not far away. Heck, I've talked to your coach about getting together and doing some scrimmages.
Oh, I see him over there on the sidelines.
Yep.
I'll talk to him after this. We'll
He
get some
knows.
bloodbaths going.
We talked about it in Chicago, maybe doing something to get ready for postseason. Never, it didn't happen. But, you know, we got a lot of time in the summer. Teague
And
somehow
look at that.
recovers that. He lost the dribble and was able to get control of it again after a couple bounces.
You see, a lot of those guys will spend hours at their house just sitting there figuring out new ways to bounce the ball off their hand, off their palm, off their shoulder. That way they can kind of control the ball in any weird situations that occur. And obviously here that's working for Teague.
I do the same thing with passing. Like I work on how I get that pass out of my hand better and how I can get more accurate with my pass. And really it's just practice that gets you there. These guys that are really good at bump passes, it's because they've done 10,000 bump passes.
Heck yeah. That or they went over and watched Tim Bixay do a bump pass and emulated him.
Likens looking at Moore. Likens gets on the court. Hudspeth unable to stop him. If he can turn his chair backward on there. No, can't get away. Kreider gets it across half. Now Likens is back in the play.
They're going for those reaches.
Intercepted by Durham. Durham has a deceptively long reach. He sits so high in his chair.
A few feet back and they would have called that a Marshawn Lynch play.
30-24. gets into beast mode. 3:42 left in the third. Likens gets it up to Kreider. Kreider stuck at the line, gets it to Moore. And Moore has Mendenhall between him and the try line.
Ooh.
Push through. I wonder if I should think about getting a titanium frame next time around. That Melrose chair looks really sexy up there.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know what the difference in weight is between aluminum and titanium, but I can tell you that my teammate Adam built his own chair out of steel.
Yeah.
And
it's heavy.
He's super fast, but I put it in my car. It's heavy.
Oh, no. Yeah.
30-25, Kansas City. Hudspeth trying to score.
Smart move, Hudspeth.
Turns around, backs across. So now it's 31-25, 3:15 left in the third. Seattle will inbound. Durham gets in on Moore, but Moore able to hang on to it. And now Hannaford will hold the ball. Gets it to Kreider. Kreider trying to protect it and get out of that trouble. Mendenhall backed into his chair.
He's looking for more. He's open.
Kreider gets around. Mendenhall making the mistake of going backward, and Kreider able to get across the line. Teague reaching, but it doesn't matter. You can reach all you want at the line. You just get the penalty try. Mendenhall going to Teague. Two players here. But again, it's Hudspeth.
They do a real good job of keeping that open lane ready for the pass.
Yeah, if he's
really,
not
really
being
well.
effective down there, down low as a one, throw him up in the corner and let him just take the pass. As long as you got somebody who can throw it out there and nobody's covering him, you can do that all day long. You've got plenty of time to recover and to take a bad pass because he's got lots of open space.
We got just under 2.5 minutes left in this game. 32-26. KC is up in the lead now.
And Kreider ducks around the corner and fights his way through, making it 32-27. Teague with some momentum. Not going to have any trouble scoring this one.
I think he's just pulling out the fancy moves now.
Yeah. You know, if he wanted to push harder, he could have beaten Likens around the corner, but...
Oh, yeah. He's still got a whole nother quarter left.
Moore turns around. He's got Durham on him. He should be able to get across half. Durham trying to keep him as close to that line as he can. Reaching in. Hudspeth also there. And now Likens has the ball. Likens looking for somebody to throw to.
Hannaford's coming in with that pick.
Yeah, he took Teague off for a second, but Teague's back. And now he's got Moore in the key.
Kreider's got to get open.
Moore's got
He's
it,
ready.
and he can't back in.
He's stuck.
Durham keeps reaching for the ball, and
Jump
they call
ball.
it a jump. Mendenhall made that play happen. He backed in on him, and he could not get across the line. He could not turn his chair enough to keep from getting that jump.
And Noss is coming back in. Tony's coming out.
Before Teague, Talon Teague got to be the player he is, Tony and Tom used to play together. Noss and Durham. Kreider held up by Hudspeth. Hudspeth is a pain in the butt out there. As an offensive player, he's really making it tough on several guys.
I think you put Stickum on his picker just to make it a little harder to get off.
I think he's doing a good job of not just anticipating, but he knows how to get a guy.
He's been playing for a long time. He's seen it all.
Knocked down by Teague.
Good
And
hands.
he ends up getting it. 1:14 left. And if he scores this try, it'll be 35-27. Kansas City showing their dominance now. Whoa. Hannaford almost threw that to Kreider, and he's wound up pretty good. That could have gotten away from him.
And right to Hudspeth.
Teague protecting. going backward did not work well for Moore there.
Nope. It usually doesn't. There's only a few people I've seen that can actually work effectively
The
backwards.
hard part about backward is it's harder to stop from backward to go forward than it is to go forward and stop to go backward.
Yes.
So once I got you going backward, I know I can beat you. Because all I have to do is turn the other way and I'll beat you. Even as slow as I am. Likens gets across the try line, 36-28, only 34.7 left in the third. This is the final game of the day. We have plenty of games coming up tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can come up with what they are.
Zeke with the ball. He's across half.
Teague's slowing it down. He's got some company, though.
They're just looking to eat up
22
the clock
seconds.
Right
No shot clock. They just want the last one.
now. 15 seconds on the game clock.
And Mendenhall will take it across with 6 remaining. 37-28 is our score. And after this inbound, we will go into the break. We'll take 2 minutes off, let teams get recovered, and we'll come back for the finale. Hang on, we'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, here we are, fourth quarter, final game of the day, Division II National Championship game here. We'll start with Division I tomorrow morning. We've had several Division I games today. Seattle and Kansas City, and Seattle turns that one over.
Looks like we have a new player coming out for Seattle. That looks like Chase Tosca.
I almost said taco. Chase Tosca.
Are you hungry?
I am hungry.
Oh,
There's a
tacos do
big
sound good
banquet
tonight.
too, right?
I believe there is.
Durham works his way to the corner, and he is all by himself. 38-28. This is getting out of hand. 7:26. Seattle needs to make something happen, create a turnover, but first thing they got to do is get across half court. Tosca gets it. He has more ahead of him, but he just kind of throws it away. It wasn't even to the player. So,
Did the whistle stop working? They started yelling whistle?
somebody yell whistle?
Yeah.
I got one of those electronic whistles when this pandemic started. They're pretty sweet. You press a button instead of sticking it in your mouth all the time. And now it looks like we have a coach's timeout. Referee Kristen Little will tell us here. And it's Seattle that calls the coach's timeout.
We have a 60-second bench.
Right. The coach's timeouts are 60 seconds, and the floor timeouts are
30.
That's right. How many floor timeouts do we have?
4.
And when can you call a coach's timeout?
Only on a dead ball, but not in equipment or like a medical.
You can't do it on equipment?
I didn't think so.
You can't do it. You can't call a coach's timeout unless it's a dead ball. That's for sure, right? You can't use it to save you from turning the ball.
Oh, you can't call a substitution on an equipment.
No, you can't. That's probably what you're confusing.
Probably. It's been a long day, Dave. Long day.
It has been a long day.
I've been sitting next to you. My brain cells are just jumping around.
Yeah. This has been fun. I'm glad you joined me.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Had a great time. Meeting all of your Tootsie Rolls over here.
Much better than doing it alone. Talon Teague. He's had a great day today. 39-28 Kansas City. Now that I said Taco, I'm going to remember Tosca. Moore. He needs to push more and throw less because of passes like that. Likens, though, realizes nobody's going to get it. He can actually get there, so he goes for it. He kind of waited a little bit thinking that was gone, but there was nobody there to steal it. So now it looks like Kansas City is going to call coach's timeout. So we will wait yet another minute.
I mean, you can't take them home with you, and this is the last quarter.
They don't have
of
to
the last
use
game
the whole
of the
minute,
day.
right? It looks like they're making a substitution. I'm going to try and find the number of this player, but you covered it up with Tootsie Rolls. Her name is, help me out here, Reese? No, Reese is Allison Miriam.
Looks like she's unclassed, so she's a new player. Welcome.
She probably is in the process of being classed. Let's watch her and evaluate.
Are we watching and evaluating right now?
She's at least a 1 based on her push. She's at least a 1, maybe a 1.5, I'm going to guess. And that's based on 30 seconds of evaluation. Classifiers are going to spend about an hour with her and then watch her play a game and determine her class. But, you know, we have people show up at practice all the time. We say, yeah, they're probably this.
Yeah.
Right, you'll be within half a point.
Usually. Sometimes you get the outliers that are just all sorts of crazy.
That don't make any sense, like Mason Simons, who was a 3.5, now internationally a 2. Teague picks that one up, one-handed.
And that is just the victory throw.
No, I think he's just getting in his dribble, but
I love that he is always smiling on the court.
Kind of
There's
an alley-oop
never a
or
time
something.
he looks bad.
you know what? He shows a lot more intensity now. When I saw him playing, when he first started playing, it just seemed like he was either super happy and excited or confused. And the confusion's gone. The confidence is there. But you can still see the joy. But there's a lot more intensity, a lot more concentration. Gets the hit in, but
It was a great hit.
Tosca able to hold on.
So it says
Likens
Tosca.
is there, but
He's unclassed too. Evaluate him for me, Dave.
Tosca?
Yeah.
I want to see him use his hands. I'm thinking 2.5, 3. What are they playing him as here? Let's take a look. So Likens, I know, is a deuce.
Yeah.
Moore is a deuce.
So that's 4 points out of your 8.
Yes. Number 9 is a 0.5. So he's probably a 3.5 or a 3. That's why they're running him with that line. Otherwise, they'd have him out there with a 1 like Hannaford.
Yeah.
So he could be a 3.5. I can't tell how good his fingers are, how good his grip is.
And it's funny, these classifiers go into lots and lots and lots of little details and tests to figure out just what function everything
He's definitely
is.
not a 2.
No.
I lean more toward the 3 round. 3 or 3-5. And that'll be more to get that try, 43-30. And what was a super close game in the first half is starting to get out of control. Hudspeth gets it up to Durham. Durham misses it. Likens picks it up. And Moore
Scores with
gets
4:14.
the score. Boy, I don't know if he had control of that one, but the ref says he did, so he did.
I think she's got a better vantage point than we do over
Far
here
better.
at the table.
And she's a much better referee
Oh,
than I
yeah.
am, too.
I know she brought her contacts. I don't know about you.
The problem is I can't see far or near. So if I wear my reading glasses, I still can't see far. And I didn't like the trifocals. Teague gets another one, 44-31, 3:53 left in the game. And what was really fun to watch for a while. Getting a little lopsided. Guys are starting to get some play time. I'm not sure, but it's a lot. We don't get those kind of statistics. When I did the Paralympics in London, they would give me a stat sheet after every quarter. So I had all the scores, who did them, penalties, everything. It was amazing. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of money, I guess, in this sport. So it looks like we're going to play again. Got some new players. Cecilia Black, number 13, coming in for Seattle. I also see Sebastian Broussard, number 12. Kreider back in. Got all kinds of new players out here. KC's number 52, Doug Bolton. No relation to Michael.
Got Wild Bill on the inbound.
That's right, Wild Bill's back. And so is, as we saw at the beginning of the game, Reese Davis, number 15.
We're getting in the game, Dave.
Don't make me jealous.
Let me play.
Oh, I want to play. You guys need to do another summer thing so I can come out here and play pickup ball with you
Heck
guys.
yeah. I'll talk to the boss man after these games.
We have another coach's timeout.
It's the last quarter. You can't take him home, Dave. Take the timeout.
I think in this situation, Coach Tony Durham is talking to his players, 3 of them, you know, on the newer side, about what they need to do, how they need to do it. Just talking to them about trying to play good rugby, learn some good habits, learn some fundamentals against this team, and you know, get some worthwhile court time.
It's one of the benefits of having a player coach is having somebody that's actually been in your literal shoes. It's in the game.
Or your seat.
Or your seat, so to speak.
But you know, it's hard when you're coming in with a whole bunch of people who are new. Then, you know, I found that when I was put in, when I'm early in my career as a scrub with a bunch of other scrubs, it didn't help me at all.
No.
We were all screwing up. I didn't have anybody to learn from.
It turns into games of bad habits that you keep.
Yeah. So, you know, I try on our team to get guys to get some meaningful minutes in. You can artificially create an environment of intensity, a close game where every mistake you make means something, right? If you get put in and you're down by 15, does it matter if you screw up? It doesn't. But if it's close, if it's a one-point game, even if your best players are sitting on the bench, it matters and it means something, and it helps you not just work on the things you need to work on, but it makes you do it in a situation that there's pressure. And I think that's
Nice
incredibly
catch.
valuable. Way better than
Nice.
just putting in 4 guys who don't know how to play.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hannaford's stuck there at the line.
Oh, And Cecilia with the catch again. Get it, girl.
She's playing hot potato there with Kreider for a second.
It's nice to see more women coming out onto the court.
Absolutely. First international player I ever played with on my team was Erica from Ontario. And she was amazing. I learned so much from her. Actually, I've been to a bunch of practices in London, and between her and Wilsey, those guys taught me a lot.
Wilsey is hilarious. You know about the Wilsey Express, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, yes.
I heard about that. What's amazing about him is that instead of that being like some horrible thing that happened,
It's the best.
he thinks he draws comedy from it.
We
It's
made
like,
a
well,
sign. We put a sign up at the elevator for
seen
him.
it.
It is the Wilsey Express officially.
No elevator needed. He's extremely lucky.
He is.
He lost all of his Paralympic medals in my car.
Did he?
He came to my wedding, and when I was driving him home at 5 o'clock in the morning, he was telling a story. It's 44-33, 2:05 left. Kansas City up. He was telling a story about something. In the front seat, turned around talking to my wife, and a porcupine is in the middle of the road. It's at night. I hit the brakes, destroyed the porcupine, and apparently his chair flipped over in the back, and his medals were there, and they went sliding up and went into a crack. He called me a couple weeks later. Did you see my medals? I don't know what happened to him. Last time I saw him was at your wedding. He'd been a speaking engagement on his way to the wedding. And my wife found him months later, 6 or 8 months later. She was cleaning her car and saw something purple and pulls out this ribbon attached to a gold medal. Like, oh boy.
That
or a
is
silver
hilarious.
medal. Yeah.
Did you hold it ransom from him?
No. No, I felt bad enough that he didn't have him for 6 or 8 months. It was just some crazy thing.
That is absolutely nuts. I'm glad you guys could get him back for him, though.
Felt bad for that porcupine, though.
We have 1:47 left in the last quarter of this game today.
The last one of the day, 44-35. Kansas City in control here.
It's a different look than what we have this morning.
Much
I'm sorry,
different.
earlier in the game.
Bolton trying to get across half, runs out of time. 10 no dribble. And if you're going to chuck the ball away like that, you might get a delay of game as well, or unsportsmanlike. I don't think we have unsportsmanlike, but they can tee you up.
Yes, they can.
And they will.
I've seen it happen.
It's happened to me many times.
You
Not for
get
them.
technical? Never.
I deserved some of them. And the bump pass is way out of reach. That's all right. Black wanted that one, but she couldn't get to it. Just too hot for the police and the fireman. Sorry. Bruno Mars in my head. Right? Is that Bruno Mars?
That is Bruno Mars.
Sometimes I mix him and Pharrell up.
I was thinking in my head.
I'm 55, so I don't know the difference between Bruno Mars and Pharrell.
To be honest, neither do I. I'm only 28.
Okay, I hear one song and I say, all right, Chelsea, who is this? Although I seem to have Gautier down. Gautier. I don't know why. Maybe because of the silly name.
Probably. It is probably the silly name that's got you.
So Durham looking at Davis, gets it to him at the line. And look at Black. She's going to try and push him across the line.
She's working him up to Durham.
Wild Bill saved her there.
Yes, he did.
Him there.
Got 1:10 left on the game clock today. They're just going to eat up some of that time.
8 on the shot clock. And that's Davis across the try line. Durham now out there with him trying to direct some traffic.
Wow, Bill with a good block.
got a picker out front. Broussard all by himself on the left. The pass is coming. He's got it. Hit though.
Now he's got to work.
Merriam there hit him pretty good.
It's back over to Kreider for the score.
So Merriam will inbound.
It's a nice inbound.
Allison Merriam, yeah. She's definitely at least a 1-5.
Oh, yeah.
And another try for Reese Davis.
Looks like we have 25-6 left on the clock.
46-26 our current score. Kansas City in the lead.
Seattle's going up for the long shot. Black's coming in to catch it. Oh.
And unable to catch
Reese
that one.
grabs it. It's a turnover, KC ball. We have a tire popping.
And
Seattle
turnover.
ball. It's going back over. It's KC ball. And that's the game, folks.
Well, and that wraps up day one here at the United States Wheelchair Rugby Association National Championships for 2022. Thank you, Kara Barron, for sitting with me. I'm Dave Mengen. We'll be back again tomorrow about 9 a.m. A couple of D1 games to start us off. Be pretty exciting. Come and see us. Thanks to the crew for all your help today, and referees and players. It's been quite a day.
And thank you to our sponsors for helping us get this
Absolutely.
going today.
Oscar Mike for hosting. We'll definitely get to them, especially on that last day, to thank them for all that they've done. I think there's a banquet later tonight, but other than that, we're going to sign off, and we'll see you around 9 a.m. Thanks very much. Good night.
See ya.